Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So I'm going to be doing my weekly decoration. So I'm just jumping in, but what you're going to notice straight away is that there's a little damage on the top here. That's because I actually started doing this and it was not working the way I wanted it to. So I thought I'd start again before I made it too unrescuable. So I'm going to be using stuff from the new Planner Babe box. I will link that video down below so you can go and check out the unboxing if you like. So what I'm going to start off with, and how I'm going to fix this gigantic mess, because it's a gigantic mess, is I'm going to cover the top here with some paper. And what I wanted to do, I'm going to use this washi tape from the Planner Babe box. But what I had originally tried to do is cover it here, and that wasn't wide enough, and then cover it here, and that was too wide. So what I'm going to do now, trying to be a little bit smarter, is actually cover the piece of paper with the washi tape and then use the paper on there as opposed to sticking the paper down first. That was the smarter way to do it, and I should have done it that way in the beginning, but I didn't. But I thought I would explain why it was all damaged before I kept going. Do the other side while I'm here as well. So I'm just rescuing the washi tape. It is gorgeous washi. That's just beautiful. And then all I do is just cut it out with my trimmer. And it might just be easier to cut off the excess first, I think. So something exciting that I saw the other day, I've been dropped into Kikki.k to see if they had any of the Christmas stuff up in store, because it is up online in the coming soon section. I'll link it down below. My store didn't have anything except the Christmas planner, which was exciting, but I've already got 3 of them, so we don't need to do that. But she said that it would be coming in sometime in October, so it's not too far away. And as soon as I can get my hands on it and can get in front of a camera to show you guys, I will show you everything that's in that collection, because it's gorgeous. Although I will say there's a few things in there that is the same as last year, which is not disappointing because last year's collection was so great, but means my bank balance isn't going to hate me as much, which is great. So I'm just lining this up so that I can get it cut right. Go. And that will sit at the top. That's better. It's going to fix everything. Righto, so then what I'm going to do is just stick these down where they should have been in the first place. That's going to cover most of it, and then I'm going to use that little bit. I'll use some of this skinny brown washi to cover up the join. Just want to fix this little bit so I don't waste it. That'll fix it all up and sort of tie in the top border as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick that all down. Alrighty, so that's all stuck down, so I'm just cutting off the excess. There isn't a lot, but there is a little, so I'm just making sure it's all gone. That brown washi really sets it off. I'm really happy that that's there. I think it looks much nicer. You'll have to excuse me, I sound a little bit stuffy. I think I've got some hay fever this morning, which is not so great, but it happens. Also just going to grab my hole punch and just punch out that little bit of coverage there so that it's gone. Righto. So now that I have fixed all of that, I'm going to put just this other washi tape that you get. So you get 3 with this set. I'm just going to put that along the bottom, so it won't take too long to do that. Now we're starting to get somewhere. So then I'm going to grab this piece of paper from Kaisercraft because I really want to do a quote card. I know I've been really slack in the last couple of weeks with using these because I haven't had footy details to put, but I really love having a flipper in the middle, so I just want to go and do that. So I'm just grabbing my big trimmer. And I am slowly learning how to use this thing. I am going to do a review on this in the next couple of days, so stay tuned for that. So I'm just cutting down there badly. I'll fix it up with my other one. Back up. Still badly, but that's okay. And then just grabbing my little Fiskars one just to fix up the rest. So I'm aiming at this one, in case you guys didn't know. I don't remember if I said that. I just think the gingham looks really nice with this whole vintage thing, so that's what I thought I'd go with. I'm going to have it sitting on that side. I'm going to grab, I'm just jumping back into my little bag full of stuff here. So we get a lot of tags with this. So I'm just seeing which ones of them work. And I'm just going to stick it down with some washi. So I'm just going to use that brown washi again. And it'll go down the side and stick together. You'll see what I mean in a sec. Let's just have a little nook thing here. So I'm just going to tidy that up. I'm just going to make sure, first of all, that I put it on the right side, because yes, I did realise that before I did it, but that it covers up the holes I need it to cover. So it's going to cover the top two, and I'll mark that out in a second. Let's just grab a little bit of sticky tape. Try not to move it. So you can stick it on back or front. I think the washi as a statement will look nicer on the front. So I'm just gonna. Things I'm finding with nails, I waste washi tape a lot because I scratch it. It's not good. That brown matches really nicely there too, so that's good. All I do is I cut off the excess on both, and then I will fold it over. I swear I cleaned my scissors last week. Why do they get so dirty? Because you use them so much, Ashley. Oh, that's why. So I just put a little cut on the right next to the tag, just to be able to give it some room to fold. And that folds right over, and you can't tell. Well, you can. I'm just looking, just feeling that it does feel a little bit flimsy, so I think I do want to just give it a little more assurity there. I don't know if that's the right word, but so I'm just going to grab just a teensy little bit. Hopefully, I'm going to fix up the edges. Hopefully I can line this up so it sits basically in the right spot. It's very hard with my fingers in the way. Oh. Ah! That's never happened before. I've never done it right on the first go. And then just doing the same thing on this side, it'll just flip over, fold over just a little bit. And you can barely notice it's there, which is the point. There we go. That feels better. So that's our little flipper. So the next thing I'm going to do is, as you can see, I have all of these. No, I'm not. Before I do that, sorry. I'm going to do my days of the week. So what I want to do is not worry about the day, but I want to put the date. So I'm going to use these stamps. Sorry, these ones here. I don't remember where I got them. I know they're Kaisercraft, but I can't quite remember where I got them from. And I'm also going to be using some of this paper from, this is from Aldi. So I'm just grabbing, I'm looking at it, that's not the right one. Oh no, we're just going to have a flip to see what I can find. Actually, I think I know what I want to use. So I'm just grabbing my Treat Yourself Planners Anonymous box. I'm just going to grab this bit of brown. And then what I'm going to do is stamp out 7 of these little circles that say October. I'm just going to use normal, this is my We Are Memory Keepers ink. And if I can find what I did with my little stamp board, that would be great. My desk is a mess. It's always a mess. It's the way it deserves to be. So I'm just grabbing the ink. I'm just going to give that a nice little push. I'm just going to test it there first. Yep. Pardon me. And I'm just going to stamp out 7 of these onto the brown paper. And then to put the numbers in, I'm just grabbing this rub-on. This is also from Kaisercraft. I'm just grabbing the numbers out and my rubbing tool thing. I'm just going to use these numbers down the bottom. They fit really nicely in this little gap. There we go. So just continue that with all of the numbers all down the ones, and then we're going to cut them out. So I'm going to cut these out by hand, which I'm a little scared about because you guys know I'm not so great with circles. I did check to see if my actual circle punch was the right size, and unfortunately it's not. So I'm just going to have to do it by hand and hope for the best. So just to make sure that I've got everything off here that I possibly can, I'm just tidying up my scissors really quickly so that it's not going to cause too many issues, I hope. So I'm going to try really hard just to go around the outside. I'm leaving the smallest little gap between the stamp and the outside. So I'm hoping that this works. Definitely not a perfect circle, but it's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on all of these, and I'll be back in just a sec. Righto, those are all cut out. So what I'm going to do is stick them down all over the pages. I'm going to use my sticker maker just because it's a little bit easier. So I'm just going to put these through. I'm making up words. This is not good. Covering up the day of the week as well if I can, which should be fine most of the way down. do love using bigger numbers. And I just unfortunately don't have a font that'll match when it comes to stamp, like days of the week. Whoops, 5 before 6 actually. While I've got my stamps out, I am also going to do one more thing. So obviously I've got a lot still to add to this, but it is both my sister and one of my very, very, very best friend's birthdays on this, well, my friend's birthday's on the 7th, my sister's birthday's on the 8th, so I'm just going to put that on there as well. So I'm just grabbing the other stamp from this one that says birthday. I'm a little interested to see how this works, so I'm just going to test it first. I find sometimes that the stamps that are sort of etched with really thin writing don't work as well. So I'm just wanting to make sure it does before I use it. Yeah, that's fine. I just have to really ink it up. So I'm just going to put that at the bottom of both days. That worked perfectly. Just needs more ink, I think, and need to hold it down just a little bit longer. So really ink it up. And just press down a little longer. Perfect! Yay. And that actually looks really good with the black at the bottom, so that's good. Right, so again, as you can see, I have lots of little bits and pieces. So what I want to do is grab my Treat Yourself box again. And I'm going to grab these little squares. So I'm going to make sure they're the right ones. I'm sure there were some others. Maybe I used them already. Yeah, we'll use these ones. So I just want the brown. So I'm grabbing a slightly bigger one for Monday, because I have a lot to do on Monday and I have to remember it all. So I'll put that one there. And then I have a little bit to do on Friday, but not as much. So I'm just going to use the slightly smaller one. I'm just using the dots as a guide to try and keep them straight. Oops. Must have ink on my finger. Okay. I'm also going to grab this one that says day off. And I'm just going to put that on the corner on Friday. Well, not on the corner, but next to this, because I'm having Friday off as well. There we go. So then, to signify my flights, I'm going to do something sort of similar to what I did with my monthly decoration, and I'll link that video down below. I've had these stickers from Kmart, I think they're from Kmart, in my collection for so long, and I'm really bad with using them. So I'm going to use the bird and the butterfly to signify when I'm flying. It'll make sense to me. So I'm going to put the bird up there, and I'm going to put the butterfly onto Tuesday. They are a little bit old, so they have faded a little, but I think they'll be okay. Go. So now we can start actually writing in the details. So I'm going to stick with black just because I think it brings out all the others. So I'm going to write in everything I need to have in. So I think we are just about done. That fits really nicely in there and just gives it that little vintage edge I want to do. No, yeah, I do. There's just one more thing. So I'm just grabbing my tab punch board. I just want to round these corners off, just because these ones are round, I feel like these need to be as well. So I'm just going to put that in here and just round off all these corners. I really should have done this first, I'm aware, because I have made it just a little bit difficult for myself. It's amazing how much just a corner rounder makes it look different. Now it all sort of fits together. So I think I'm going to leave it just at that. It is a really busy week with things to do, but it's not necessarily going to make it look any worse. I love this washi tape at the top, and I think it ties in perfectly with the black at the bottom. I love my Planner Babe box. I think it's not as complete, if I'm being honest, as my Planners Anonymous box. I can't ever make, or I feel like the weeks that I do with them are slightly less than the weeks I do with my Planners Anonymous, but I love it just the same. I love the variety that you get in there, and it just really highlights some of the awesome creativity that comes not only from Renelle, who makes it, but from the people that supply her with different things for the box. I just think they're fantastic. So congratulations again to Renelle for making such a wonderful, wonderful box. Thank you for sending it to me, and I hope that you like how this has turned out. If any of you also like how it turned out, please give it a big thumbs up so that I know that you did. Let me know what you would have done differently. I always love hearing from you and having constructive criticism. Oh, something else just really quickly. I love when you flip this over, and I love how blue that is. It just gives it a little edge and brings out the green that's up here. I just think it looks really pretty. Sorry, I forgot I hadn't shown you that yet. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any of my videos. And don't forget you can contact me on any of my social media links. They're down below. I'm going to say goodbye because I'm just about to sneeze, so I hope you guys have an absolutely awesome rest of the week, and I will see you again really, really soon. Thanks a lot. Bye!